Hello, everyone. My name is Blessing Fortune Como, and I welcome you to this guided project on how to create business card using Adobe Photoshop for Windows. In this project, I will be showing you step by step how to create a professional business card just like the one you're seeing on my screen that is unique and has a professional look. I have been working with Photoshop for quite some time now and have used it to create different kind of designs, including brochures, logos, flyers, website graphics, billboard design, and business cards. Through that experience, I have learned practical tips and techniques that can make the design process easier and more effective. So whether you're a beginner or you already have some experience with Photoshop, this project will help you build useful skills while creating something practical for yourself or your brand or even for a client. So before we begin, make sure Photoshop is installed on your Windows computer. And remember to save your work as we progress. This is a good practice. Always save your work. Also, take a moment to prepare the information you want to include on your business card. Informations like your name, your business name, your phone number, your email address, your physical address, or any tagline you want to add. Once you're ready, let's get started. Now, I will open Photoshop app. So the next step, while my Photoshop is opening, we will start with formatting our documents and placing the guides for the business card. Now my Photoshop is open. The next step is to create a new document. And to do that, we will click File at the top left of the menu and select New. There are other ways to do this, but we will stick to this method. Click File at the top left of the menu. This is called the menu bar. So we are going to click File at the top left of the menu and select New. We'll select New. Now it will bring us to this new documents window. Look at the new document window. Now, what are we going to do from here now? The next step is on the right. Look at the right hand side. This is where we will enter the document settings. So we are going to set our document width to 3.75 and the height we will set it at 2.25 inches. Ensure that inches is selected as the unit. We have other units of measurement. We have pixel, we have centimeter, we have millimeter, we have point and picker. But for this project, we are using inches. Ensure that it is checked. Now, the orientation, we will click landscape. We'll use this is landscape. The next step is to set the resolution. We are going to set it at 300 and select the unit as pixel.inch. We have other units of measurement. We have pixels / centimeter, but for this project, we will set it to pixels./inch. Now for the color mode, we will select CMYK. color. The reason is because we are sending this to the printer. We are printing this business card as a hard copy, so we will select CYMK. But if you're sharing it as a social media template, you're sharing it digitally, you can choose RGB color. Because we are sending it to the print, so we'll choose CMYK. And make sure 8 bits is selected. We'll have 16 bits, but we'll leave it at 8 bits. Now, for the background content, we will stick with white. Once you've entered all the required settings, click Create. Now, I want to mention something very important. In commercial printing, there's what we call the bleed area. The standard printing business card size is 3.5 inches by 2 inches. But for this, if you notice, our height is 2.25, while our width is 3.75 inches. We created a slightly larger document to allow space for bleed. That is the reason why we added that little, that extra space. It is important in case we want to add colors, images, or design element to extend all the way to the edge of the card when printed. That's the reason why we added that little extra space. Now, that being said, the next step is to save our document. To do that, we'll go to File, click Save As. Then choose desktop as the location so the file will be easy to find later. So I'm going to choose desktop. And I will save it inside this business card folder. This is where I put all my all creation that has to do with business cards. So I'm going to save it here. You can create yours, call it anything. So in the file name box, I am going to type Photoshop biz card. I'm using uppercase here because I already have Photoshop biz card. So you are free to use whatever any name you like. So I'll click Save. My document is saved. I repeat, the reason why I save to my desktop, it's so that it will be easy to locate whenever I want to continue working on this. Now, the next step is to click and add our rulers and guide. This will help us set our safe area and our guide area. To do that, we'll go to View, Rulers. So I won't be clicking on this because ruler is already checked. If your own is not checked, you have to click on it. So View, Rulers. Now you should see rulers. You should now see ruler. The ruler will appear along the top and the left side of your workspace. You see, these are ruler. The ruler 1 and the ruler 2. The top and the left. We will use the ruler and guide to create both the bleed area and the safe area. I said it earlier. The safe area helps you know where to place important content like your text, your logo, contact information, so they do not get too close to the edge. While the bleed area helps prevent unwanted white borders around the edge when the card is printed, especially if your design includes colors or graphic that extend to the edge. So without wasting much of our time, let's go ahead and create the guides. To do that, we will click View. Our ruler is set already. Click Guide, New Guide. Now for the vertical, we'll make sure that you select vertical. The position, you enter 38 pixel and click OK. This will help create the left bleed guard. The left bleed guard. Now let's create the left save text guard. To do so, go to View, click Guard, New Guard. For the position, make sure that you choose vertical. Very important. In the position, enter 75 pixel and click OK. Now we have successfully created the left bleed guard and the left save test guard. Let's move on. The next step is to create the top bleed guard. And to do that, we'll go over to View, Guard, New Guard. Then this time around, we'll choose horizontal. And in the position box, we enter 38 pixel and click OK. This is the top bleed guard. So the next one we are going to create now is the top save text guard. To do that, we'll repeat the same process. Go to View, Guard, New Guard. Select horizontal. Then this time, enter 75 pixel for the position and click OK. The top save text guard is added. The next step is to create the right bleed guard. To do that, we'll still follow the same procedure. View, Guard, New Guard. We'll select vertical. For the position, we'll enter 1050 pixel. Then click OK. This will create the right bleed guard. Then to create the right safeguard. We'll select vertical. Then enter for the position 1088. Click OK. So we've successfully created both the right bleed guard and the right safe test guard. So the next step now is to create the bottom bleed guard and the bottom safe text guard. To do that, we'll go to View, Guard, New Guard. This time we choose horizontal. We enter the position, we enter 638 pixel, then click OK. This is the bottom bleed guard. Then the next one is the bottom safe test guard. We follow the same procedure. Guards, new guard, select horizontal, then type out, we're going to give it 600 pixel, then click OK. Now we are done with this process. So once all your guard are in place, you go back to View and lock your guard. To do that, you click View, Guard, Lock Guards. So this will keep the guards in place while you work. We need to do one more thing. This next step is to help you clearly see the entire business card along with the bleed and save area guards. It is called adding the fit to screen feature, the fit on screen feature. To do that, we'll go back to View, View and Fit on Screen. You can see. This is so you can see clearly the entire business card along with the blade and safe area guards. You can see now is now more pronounced. Finally, we save. Always remember to save your work as you progress. Save. Our work is safe. In this task, we learn how to format our business card, set up guards for both the safe area and the bleed area. These guards help you place your text, your logo, and other design elements correctly. And they also help make sure your printed cards look professional with colors extending properly to the edge where needed. So that is it. I wouldn't want to dwell much on that part. Let us move down to the next step. Our next step is we want to be adding our font, our text, and to our documents. So to do that, we will look for the layer panel. So the layer is on my right hand. So in the layer panel on the right, you will see one layer named background. Can you see that? Let's bring it closer here. You see one layer named background with a lock symbol on it. This is the lock symbol. So we're going to click once to unlock this layer. Once the lock disappears, the layer is ready for us to work on. But when you have that lock there, you won't be able to do anything. Now, let's go to the toolbar. This is where the tools here, these are the tools, and this space here is called the toolbar. Why this space up here is called the menu bar, where we have the menus. Here is called the toolbar, where we have different tools. So let's go to the menu bar and select the type tool. This is the type tool. And we'll be choosing the horizontal type tool. We'll have other type of types. We'll have the vertical type tool, we'll have the vertical type mask tool, we'll have the horizontal type mask tool. So we are going to choose horizontal, the horizontal type tool. That's what we are choosing. So at the top menu, after choosing the type tool, we will now set our text option. So to do so, we'll click the font drop down arrow. This is the font drop down arrow. And choose Times New Romance. To make it easier, you can type Times New Romance in the search font box. Then select it. I've already selected it. That's why I've been working with this font. So next, set the font type to bold. We're going to set it to bold. Then for the text alignment, no, for the font size, we are going to choose 12 points. Then for the text alignment, we'll choose left. This is left, this is center, this is right. So we're going to stick with left. We'll choose the left align. So at this point, your text setting should be Times New Romance, bold, 12 points, and text left align. Now let's add the company name. So to do so, we'll click once near the top left corner. Remember, we make sure that the type tool is selected. Now we'll click once near the top left corner of the business card, just inside the safeguard area, and type your company name. So I'm going to click here, type my company name. So let me choose Susie Cake. Susie Cakes. So now, if you want to adjust the position, what you need to do is to click the move tool from the tool bar on the left. Then click and drag the company name to the exact position you want. So to do so, we are going to, this is the move tool, we are going to click it. Then drag it here. This is where I want it to be, or place it here. And I'm okay. I love it here. So the next step is to add our name and title. To do that, I'll go back to my type tool. I'll choose it. I'll make sure that I'm selecting horizontal type tool. Very important. So I'll go back to the top menu and change the font size to 10 this time. Before typing in any area, then I'll click once in a blank area of my workspace. So Photoshop does not continue typing inside the company name text box, the company um, name text box. That's a Susie cake. So I'll click once in any blank area. So I'm going to click here. Then I'm going to type the name that should appear on this business card. So I'm going to Susan Marcos. Let me use this name. Then I'll click enter once. Then I'll type the title. So it's just, I'll use Chief Baker as, yeah. So the next step is, you will notice that, notice that from here, from the top menu, you notice that both lines, both of them are left aligned. So to give them a more balanced look, what we need to do is to highlight both the name and the title by clicking and dragging over the text with the type tool. Not the move tool this time, but the type tool. Then I will go to the top menu and click center align. Top menu, click center align. Now, both the name and the title should be centered, one under the other. You can see this one is under this. They are all, both of them are center aligned. So now let's make the title slightly smaller than the name. To do so, we will click in a blank area to deselect the text. Then I'll go to the top menu and change the font to 9. This should be 10 and this one should be 9. So it's the Chief Baker is slightly smaller than the name, Susan Marcos. Now, the next step is to use the move tool to position both the name and the title properly in the middle of the card. So we'll click the move tool and move it, position it here. Beautiful. If you're okay here, you can just position wherever you want. This is where I want my text to be. Then the next step is to add our phone number. To do so, we'll go back to our text, the type tool again. Make sure the horizontal type tool is selected. Then and make sure the font size is still 9 points. So in the top right area of the card, this place, within the save space, click once and type the phone number. That's fine. So if you want to place it more precisely, you go back to the move tool, select it and move it to at the point where you want it to be. I want it to be here. Perfect. This is where I want it to be. So in this task, we've learned how to begin designing our business card by working with layers, using type tools, adjusting font settings, moving text into position, We've also completed the top text layout of the card by adding the company's name, your own name or your client's name, the title, and the phone number. Now, in the next task, we'll continue by adding the remaining text field and placing them neatly within the safe area of the business card. Later, we will use the pen tool to add shape and color design that extends through the bleed area. So, come with me. Let's move ahead. So, we'll start by adding the email address. To do that, we'll go back to our type tool, select it, make sure that the horizontal type tool is selected, and make sure your center align is selected. Center align, make sure it is selected. Since we are adding the email address to the same text box as the name and the title, it will keep the same formatting automatically. So we are going to click at the end of the title. The title here, then enter, then we'll type our email address. Let me use this, Susan at susanma@gmail.com. Yeah, this is the email I'm going to use. So the next thing is, so we're going to make sure that it is center aligned. If it is not, you use your move tool, click and drag the text slightly upward, so it sits nicely in the center of the card. I won't be touching it. It is aligned for me, but maybe by the end of, before the end of this, I will have to do little touch if need be, but let's move on. So the next is to add the address. And to do that, we'll click in the blank area, any blank area, to deselect. Then choose the type tool. My type tool is still selected. If yours is deselected, you have to choose it again. Choose the type tool again. Set the font to 9. Make sure, I want to be sure. That's what I'll set the font to 9. And click in the bottom right area. This bottom right area of the card. Then type the address. I'm going to use 15 Mills Avenue. Limerick City. Then postcode So I've added my address. Then after typing that, I'll switch to the move tool to make sure the address, and I'll make sure here that the address layer is selected. Can you see? Ensure that the address layer is selected. Very important. Then I'll drag the address into the bottom right corner within the safe area. It has to be within the safe area. Yeah, I think I'm okay here. It's okay here. So the next um the next step is I'll have to go to view, click fit to screen. I'm happy with what I have here. So feel free to set your test the way you want it. So, but make sure that all your text is neatly placed inside the safeguard. Very important. If anything needs adjusting, move it into position, then save your work. Then I'll go back, save my work. So in the next step, we'll be using the pen tool to create a unique design element for this card. So I will go to the toolbar on the left and select the pen tool. This is my pen tool. I'm going to select it. Once the pen tool is selected, I'll go to the top menu and make sure it is, I'll go back here, make sure that shape is selected instead of part. We'll have parts, we'll have pixel, make sure that shape is selected. So then next, the color, I'll fill in. Let me use this color. Which color do I use now? Let me choose another color here. Let me use red. Let me select red color. Let me use this. Okay, you see, I've changed it to red. Now, then set the stroke to no stroke. You can see now it's already set. This ensure that the stroke, you click on this to set it to no stroke, no color. Since we don't need an outline for the shape, keep it at no stroke. Now click once near the top left edge. Now I'm going to click here once to place your first points. Then click near the bottom left edge of the card to place your second point. My second point here. Finally, this will give us a shape, the triangular shape. So finally, I will click back near the top left to close the shape. Can you see? Easy peasy. The next step is to save your work. One important thing, that if the company name is hidden, like you see Susie Cake, if it is hidden, that's behind the shape. You go over to layer, your layer panel here, select the company's name and move it above the shape layer so it appears on the top. But it is okay. This is the shape layer. If assuming this shape layer is somewhere here, so but it is properly placed. If the company name is hidden, so what you do is that you have to move the layers around. Then the next step is to save our file. Is to save our file. And to do that, I'll click File, Save As. I will choose here. Let me go to, keep it, go to desktops. I'm saving it inside my desktop. Then I'll go here. Instead of PSD now, I will choose TIFF as a file type because I'm sending it to the printer. Then I'll, I'm saving it here, inside here. Then I will click Save to confirm setting. Then I will place it. We have other image compression. So I'm going to choose JPEG and click OK. Including layers will increase the file size. Click OK. Your business card design is now complete and ready to be sent to a commercial printer. Congratulations on finishing this project and creating your own business card in Adobe Photoshop. So one more thing, if you want to have this as a JPEG image, you can click on this, export as, click on export as. You can see how it looks. Then PNG or JPEG, anyone. So I'll stick with PNG. Then export. Then I'll go to Photoshop desktop, go to my business card again. I have just to save this PNG color. See, easy peasy, that is it. Congratulations. So this is where I'm going to wrap it up for this class. I will see you in my next class where we'll be exploring other projects using Photoshop. Until then, bye for now.